Hello everyone! Welcome back to Video Game Classroom. My name is Patrick, and this is a new series I like to call Love Letter. This is going to be a monthly series where I take a look at one of my favorite games. Maybe it might be from a franchise, maybe it might be a standalone, and I just talk about why I love this game or this series in particular. And kicking off in the first episode, we are going to talk, of course, about Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. So over the weekend, I picked up Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 for the PS4, and I gotta say, just like everybody else has been saying, it's phenomenal. It is so damn good. It is like being transported back to 1999. It really is. The series, of course, has since fallen off in the last 15 years, but I think these remasters have helped, recapture what made the originals so good, and has been kind of a reprieve in such an awful year. It has really been such a welcome to be able to be transported back in time to, to your childhood, to your college days, to your high school days, and just, get lost in those good memories. With everything going on from the pandemic to racial injustice to weather issues, it's so nice to have some form of comfort this year, and I think that Tony Hawk has been, much like I guess you could say Animal Crossing was at the beginning of the pandemic. I feel that Tony Hawk has managed to capture that same kind of vibe later on, and for me it's more so because this was a series I grew up with. This was a series that meant a whole lot to me as a kid, and I think to myself, why do I love this franchise so much? And I think it's because I was extremely good at it. It was the first franchise in which I was better than everybody around me at. Everybody would always kick my ass in Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter and, Ken Griffey Jr. Presents Major League Baseball and Columns and all these old Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo games, and I could never beat anybody. And then when it went to 3D games with Resident Evil for the PlayStation 1, I would have to just sit there and watch people play because I couldn't figure out puzzles and I couldn't figure out how to do things. But with Tony Hawk, I'll never forget the day too, because I would watch my brother play and he would always be so godly at the game. And I would fail. I'd be able to do a couple 1,000-point combos, but nothing crazy. And then one day it just clicked, and I was coming home from somewhere, and I came home and he was playing, and he says, "You think you can beat this score?" And it was the school level of THPS 1, and I said, "Yeah, I think I can." And it was something because I just thought in my head, well, now I know how to do a trick. And then I was able to rail grind the exact patterns, which I've since replicated in the new version, and it's just so great with that muscle memory just coming back in full right away 21 years later. And that was just such a special moment for me growing up, being able to beat him and then being able to relive that now when I'm 30 years old. It's just such a great moment, such a great game. And I actually still have that original copy of THPS 1 from PlayStation 1. I don't know what happened to the case. I want to say I just lost it, and then I had a random CD case laying around, so that I just went with this and put it in a random jewel case. But yeah, I still have that original copy. And then that was what kind of set me on the path to, be a lifelong fan of this franchise. I remember kind of skipping 2 though, because my parents had gotten divorced at the time, and I wasn't playing many games. It was kind of like a moving around situation. So I really wasn't able to play Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 when it came out in 2000. But I quickly managed to get right back on the horse with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 for PlayStation 2. I remember when this game got a 10 out of 10 from GameSpot, and I was like, no way, that's impossible. But my god, this game is so good. And with how good the remasters are, I'm already like, please, for the love of God, put 3 in THPS for PS4, PS5, whatever. I can't wait. I hope they do. I think they will do it. I'm just hoping the sales are good. And then, of course, I moved on to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. This is actually my favorite one of the franchise. I know a lot of people have issues with it, but for me, I just really liked that kind of like light RPG elements where you kind of build your character and everything and go around and get missions from people. I thought that was really, really cool, and I put a lot of time into this game, and I thought it had one of the better soundtracks, and honestly my favorite track in the whole franchise, which is All My Best Friends Are Metalheads by Less Than Jake. And I really think that's another reason why I love this franchise so much, is because even though I'm not a huge music guy, if I had to say one type of music that is my favorite, it's probably like ska punk. Mostly punk in general, but I just love that 90s version of punk. It is so damn good. And to see all of those tracks and hear all of those tracks again 21 years later, which honestly I've never really stopped listening to anyway, but just hearing them again, it's just so comforting. It's so, God, it's so good. I've actually been in like this ska punk cyclone for the last 3-4 months, just waiting for this game to drop, and I am right in love with it. Right after that, of course, we had Tony Hawk's Underground, which I'm hoping they also bring to the collection. Thug. This was really kind of, for me, the last good one. And honestly, the last one I owned, I want to say I had Thug 2, but I don't know what happened to it. But yeah, this was kind of like the last of my collection for Tony Hawk. And I played Thug 2, I really enjoyed that one, but I could tell it was starting to really slip and then fall off, and I knew that the franchise was probably never going to recover. And sure enough, it didn't. We went into like American Wasteland, Downhill Jam, Tony Hawk, whatever it was, Ride, the one where you came on like a skateboard, really stupid. And then they made like THPS 5, they made the HD remake of THPS 1 way back early on in the generation for PS4, and it just never got off the ground. But thankfully now we're back on track, and we are right here with THPS 1 and 2. And I just love how they've managed to capture the nostalgia of the 1999-2000 classics, but also modernize them, right? I've been playing a lot of online. It's kind of like a free roam. It just randomized events, like either quick play or competitive. So it's either like high combos, high scores in 2 minutes, the first to reach a combo, the most graffiti tags you can achieve in 2 minutes. And then they just kind of cycle those in random orders, but it's just really addicting. But it's also a very humbling experience because I've been getting my ass kicked online. I went into this game like I'm sure most old farts did, like, tutorial, I don't need that, I'm just gonna destroy everybody. And then I realize I'm falling nonstop. I get online and I'm putting up like 100,000, and these people are putting up like 3.75 million, and I'm like, okay, well, it seems that I've become that guy. I've become the boomer now, and everybody hates my guts, so I should probably just get offline. But I've been practicing a lot, and I've been getting a lot of 100,000 or several 100,000 point combos, so I'm starting to get back into the groove of things. And I just love to see all the new touches they've done with new tracks. I think a lot of them are actually really good. At first I was hesitant because I'm stuck in my ways of like, no, you can't touch that or those original soundtracks. They're too good. You can't add any other ones. I don't want to hear any other new ones. But the new ones are actually pretty good. They're pretty solid. There's a lot of like lesser known modern day or more modern rap hip hop tracks that I didn't know about, and they're really, really good. And they fit the game perfectly. I also like a lot of the customization from building your own skater. You can do everything from like stat points to tattoos to hats to clothes. You can do tracks on, or the tape on your skateboard. You can do wheels. You can do the metal things, I don't know what they're called, to hold the skateboards in place, or hold the wheels in place. You can do a whole lot of everything. And then you can also take your creations, your creative mindset, and apply it a little more and start building your own skate park. I didn't think I would love that mode. I'm not really one of those guys that likes to have like a blank canvas outside of like maybe writing. I don't like to have a blank canvas of like game design. So things like Little Big Planet, Dreams, those types of games really kind of intimidate me and make me realize like, man, my imagination isn't that good. But I started messing around with the park creator in Tony Hawk, and I really like it. You can upload it, people can play your levels, and you can have people play yours. It's really, really cool, and I'm glad to see that those things have helped modernize the experience. But it's funny, it's modern, but it also feels just like it did back then, which I think this speaks to the original game design. I think like when Neversoft made the original games, they made a gameplay loop or a gameplay design that just has managed to age so well over the years. And it was unfortunate because you saw a lot of people like tinker with it and try to like adjust it, and it didn't really work out. And the thing was, it didn't really need all that much adjusting. And now it's, and I think people have realized that. They've added in some cool things like you can skate with some handicaps on. You can like wall bounce now and things like that. So it kind of adds a little more goofiness or a little more versatility to your skating, but it doesn't feel like it's been ruined or tainted in any sort of way. And it's just an incredible experience, from getting to relive those classic levels like Warehouse and School, and then adding in like I said, the new things like multiplayer or creating your skater. I just love the game, and I love going online. I love getting my ass kicked. I love kicking people's ass. It's so great, and it's definitely a game I'm going to be playing for a long time, on and off this year. The one thing that is kind of disappointing is I probably won't be streaming it much, because I noticed, which I'm not surprised by, that, and if you probably noticed I didn't put any music in this when I'm playing the gameplay videos, is that the game has licensed music, so it's being copyright striked. Audio's being muted on archive strikes or archive streams. It's a real big hassle to stream this game and to try to promote this game, because you have so many licensed artists and tracks in the game. So you may not be seeing me stream it so much, or if you do, it might be kind of quiet. I might be playing something else over the iconic tracks, which sucks, because that's a big part of the experience. But other than that, I'm definitely going to be playing it on and off here and there. I'm going to be going for that platinum trophy. I'm going to be maxing out my character. I'm going to be doing all that stuff, going for every single achievement and medal in THPS 1 and 2, and hopefully soon, hopefully very soon, we'll either get THPS 3 and 4 and hopefully Thug as downloadable content, or a physical release moving forward, going into the next generation. That would be really something special, something cool, something I'd love to see. But that will definitely wrap up our first video of Love Letter. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a comment. If you're a big Tony Hawk fan, I'd love to hear your past experiences, how you grew up with it, all that stuff. I'd really appreciate hearing from you. You can also subscribe to my channel here, and you can follow me over on Twitch. I'll leave a link down in the comment section or down in the description below. I stream 5 days a week, Wednesday through Sunday. This week will probably be a lot of Tony Hawk, and then moving forward we'll have other games that we're going to play. I tend to stream a variety of games, usually about 4 hours a day for those 5 days. And you can also check out some of the other future videos I have coming up, more collections, top 10 lists, and future lengthy game reviews. My next one coming up will be on Ghost of Tsushima. I'm also going to be doing future reviews on things like Alien Isolation and even Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding. So definitely look forward to that. But yeah, that'll do it for me. I'll be signing off, and hopefully you guys take it easy, and I will see you next time.